Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for standing by for Nio Incorporated's third quarter 2019 earnings conference call. At this time, all participants are in listen-only mode. Today's conference call is being recorded. I will now turn the call over to your host, Ms. Jade Wei, Associate Vice President of Investor Relations of the company. Please go ahead, Jade.
Thank you, Edison. Good evening and good morning, everyone. Welcome to Nio's third quarter 2019 earnings conference call. The company's financial and operating results were published in a press release early today and are posted on the company's IR website. On today's call, we have Mr. William Li, Founder, Chairman of the Board, and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Stephen Feng, Chief Financial Officer, and Mr. Stanley Qu, VP of Finance. Before we continue, please kindly be reminded that today's discussion will contain forward-looking statements made under the Safe Harbor provisions of the U.S. Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995. Forward-looking statements involve inherent risks and uncertainties. As such, the company's actual results may be materially different from the views expressed today. Further information regarding risks and uncertainties is included in certain filings of the company with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The company does not assume any obligation to update any forward-looking statements except as required under applicable law. Please also note that Nio's earnings press release and this conference call include discussions of unaudited GAAP financial information as well as unaudited non-GAAP financial measures. Please refer to Nio's press release, which contains a reconciliation of the unaudited non-GAAP measures to comparable GAAP measures. With that, I will now turn the call over to our CEO, William. William, please go ahead.
大家好，非常感谢各位参加今天的季报电话会议。
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining our call today.
在2019年第三季度，蔚来一共交付了4799辆 ES8 和 ES8 和 ES6， 相比第二季度增加了 35%， 超出预期最高点 9%。 我们在10月和11月一共交付了5054辆车，预计 Q4 的总体的交付量将超过8000台。
In the third quarter 2019, we delivered a total of 4,799 ES8 and ES6 vehicles, increasing 35% from the second quarter and exceeding the top end of our guidance range by 9%. We delivered 5,054 vehicles in October and November. We estimate that the total delivery of Q4 will reach over 8,000.
汽车行业今年下半年仍然疲软，随着新能源补贴的大幅退坡，电动汽车市场的销量在2019年下半年同比下降超过 35%。 在这些市场背景下，我们的订单量从9月份起仍然不断的增加，这一趋势在第四季度也保持了强劲的势头。订单量的增长主要来自于3个关键因素。ES6 在产品质量、性能和价格上的竞争优势，用户对蔚来的大力支持，以及通过蔚来空间高效扩展的销售网络布局。我后续会就这3个因素进行详细的阐述。
The auto industry is still experiencing substantial softness, and the EV sector particularly dropped over 35% year-on-year in sales in the second half of 2019 after the EV subsidies were reduced significantly. Nevertheless, our order backlog growth has accelerated since September, and this strength in order flow continued in the fourth quarter. The growth has been underpinned by 3 key factors: strong competitiveness of our ES6 in its quality, performance, and pricing, strong support from our user community, and our sales network expansion through the efficient new spaces. I will discuss these 3 factors separately next.
今年8月，在 J.D. Power 2019中国新能源汽车体验研究中，蔚来在所有品牌中获得新车质量的第1名。在12月， 在由中国汽车行业最具影响力的一些行业专家评选，蔚来 ES6在创新汽车和行业贡献上的成就，荣获轩辕奖的年度汽车的称号。对此我们感到非常自豪，这也说明了用户和行业对我们的品牌、质量和性能的高度认可。
In August, Nio ranked the highest in new vehicle quality among all brands in J.D. Power's 2019 New Energy Vehicle Experience Index study. In December, our ES6 was selected by the most respected industry experts in the Chinese automotive industry to receive the Xuanyuan Award as Car of the Year for its achievements in innovation, mobility, and industry contributions. This demonstrates the strong recognition of our brand, quality, and performance by users and industry.
如果没有未来用户的热情支持，我们也不可能取得现在的销售成绩。我们的愿景是通过提供高端的智能电动汽车和极致的用户体验，为用户创造愉悦的生活方式。自成立以来，我们一直致力于创造一个充满活力的用户企业。未来的用户社区在卓越的成长，我们的用户遍及全国296个城市。2019年，45%的新的订单来自于我们现有用户的推荐，这不仅是未来品牌的独特之处，更是未来发展的坚实动力。
We would not have achieved our strong sales results without the support from our passionate user community. Our vision has always been to shape a joyful lifestyle by offering premium smart electric vehicles with the best user experience. Since inception, we have been working diligently to build a vibrant user enterprise. Nio's user community is thriving and growing. We now have users in 296 cities across China, and 45% of new orders in 2019 were referred by existing users. It has become more than just a part of our unique brand identification, but is emerging as an instrumental part of Nio's development.
事实上，用户企业赋予未来的巨大活力和助力远远不止口碑传播和推荐。比如在最近的几个月，很多用户在全国各地自发的打广告推广未来。2019年，1300多位用户志愿者活跃在 Nio House、Nio Space 车展和活动的现场，介绍亲身的使用体验，让更多的人了解未来。
Actually, the vibrancy and support of our user enterprise has been remarkable and reaches far beyond word-of-mouth referrals. As example, in the recent months, acting on their own accord, our users have launched promotional campaigns around China in support of Nio. In 2019, more than 1,300 user volunteers have dedicated their time voluntarily in Nio House, Nio Space, auto show, and events to sharing their first-hand experience to make more people understand Nio.
在销售网络扩展方面，到今年年底，我们会在52个城市开放48个未来空间和22个未来中心。通过未来空间，我们以低成本高效率的方式增加未来在市场上的销售网点，以此推动新订单的增长。这一重要举措让更多的潜在用户能够直观的看到、接触和感受未来的产品，并切实体验未来 ES8 和 ES6 的超凡价值表现。更重要的是，潜在用户可以直接将未来的产品性能和智能功能与其他竞品车型进行比较，最终许多用户都会选择购买未来的产品。这也是近几个月销售增长的主要原因之一。将来我们会开设更多的未来空间，继续拓展销售网络的布局，同时通过在运营过程中积累的数据和经验，提升未来空间的效率。
In terms of sales network expansion, by the end of this year, we will open 48 new spaces and 22 new houses in 52 cities. Through new spaces, we are able to cost effectively and meaningfully increase the number of sales points in the market, which in turn helps drive new orders. This important initiative allows more potential users to see, touch, and feel our vehicles and truly enjoy the superior driving experience of ES
ES8 and ES6 offer. Most importantly, potential users can compare firsthand the performance and the smart features of our vehicles with those of the Nio's competitive models. The favorable comparison result often leads to a new purchase, and this has been a contributing force to the sales gains in recent months. We will continue strengthening our sales network through adding more new spaces to expand our coverage and improving the efficiency of new spaces with more data and experience gained through our operations.
12月28日，我们在深圳举办了第3届 Nio Day，今年的主题是 Believing Better，7300多名未来用户和朋友来到现场，同时上千万名观众在全国55个分会场和线上观看了 Nio Day。未来的用户深度参与了这一次 Nio Day 的策划、导演和执行。用户对未来品牌的热情和凝聚力，正是用户企业这一愿景的最佳证明。
On December 28th, we held the third Nio Day under the theme Believing Better in Shenzhen. Over 7,300 Nio users and guests attended. Also, tens of millions of people participated through 55 parallel sessions or online broadcasts. Nio users were deeply involved in the planning, directing, and execution of Nio Day 2019, showing passion and rally power that echoed with the Nio's vision to be a user enterprise.
我们在 Nio Day 上还发布了100千瓦时的电池包和20千瓦家用直流的充电桩，所有未来车型都可以使用100千瓦时的电池包，续航将全面大幅提升。自2018年发布70千瓦时的电池包以来，电池的容量和能量密度提升了40%。电池的容量同样大小的尺寸的电池包，电池的容量提升了40%。未来在换电技术上持续投入，在车、电池包、换电站、云端拥有1200多项专利，让用户使用持续升级的电池成为可能，提供真正的 Battery as a Service。我们相信，随着时间的推移，未来独特和极富竞争力的换电体系的优势会逐步显现。
During the Nio Day, we also announced the 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack and the 20 kilowatt DC power home. All new models can upgrade to 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack, which will significantly increase the range performance of our product line. Since the launch of the 70 kilowatt-hour battery pack in 2018, of the same size, our battery capacity has increased by 40%. Nio makes a continuous investment on power swap technology and owns more than 1,200 patents on the vehicle battery pack, power swap, and cloud. The power swap technology enables users to continuously upgrade the battery and empowers Nio to truly offer battery as a service. As the time goes on, more and more people will recognize the advantages of Nio's unique and competitive power swap system.
在这次活动中，我们发布了未来的第3款量产车——智能电动轿跑 SUV EC6。EC6 满足了年轻时尚的 SUV 爱好者对运动外观和性能的要求，100公里加速最快达 4.7 秒，综合续航最高达615公里。我们还发布了全新 ES8，进行了多达188项的产品更新，100公里加速 4.9 秒，综合续航大大提升，最高可以达到580公里。我们相信全新的 ES8 将拥有更强的市场竞争力。
Additionally, we unveiled Nio's third production model, the EC6, a smart premium electric coupe SUV, which has a very sporty look and feel for young and trendy SUV fans. It goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4.7 seconds and enjoys an NEDC range of up to 615 kilometers. We have also launched the all-new ES8. It boasts up to 188 improvements, 4.9 seconds 0 to 100 kilometers per hour acceleration, and significantly improved the NEDC range to up to 580 kilometers. We believe the all-new ES8 will have a much stronger competitiveness in the market.
未来的自动辅助驾驶系统 Nio Pilot 的功能越来越完善，具备拥堵辅助和高速辅助等20多项功能，为用户提供更轻松、更安全的驾驶体验。目前有近一半的用户开通了 Nio Pilot。10月4号，我们与 Mobile 宣布达成战略合作，共同打造 Level 4级别的自动驾驶车型。双方团队已经开始研究如何最好的利用双方的优势，一起开发新的产品。
Nio Pilot, Nio's advanced driver assistance system becomes full-fledged. More than 20 features are now available on Nio Pilot, including traffic jam pilot and highway pilot. It offers a more relaxing and safer driving experience. To date, about half of our users have activated the Nio Pilot. On November 4th, we announced our strategic cooperation with Mobileye to develop Level 4 autonomous driving vehicles. Teams from both sides have already started working together to explore the best pathways to leverage our respective strengths to develop the future product together.
同时，我想向大家介绍我们成本控制的相关举措。在第3季度，我们继续执行全面的成本控制，进一步提升运营效率。截至12月底，我们全球人员规模将低于7500人。执行降本措施后，第3季度的销售及管理费用环比减少了 18.1%。即使如此，销售团队仍在不断努力，并达成更高的销售成绩。此外，团队的研发更加专注和精益，研发费用环比减少了 21.3%。精细化运营将一直是我们的工作重点。
I would like to now give you an update on our cost control measures. During the third quarter, we continued to implement comprehensive cost control measures across the organization to improve operational efficiency. At the end of December, our global headcount will be less than 7,500. As a result of our cost reduction measures, our third quarter SG&A decreased 18.1% compared with the second quarter, even as our sales team is now driving and realizing higher levels of sales. Additionally, our R&D expenses decreased 21.3%. Lean operations will continue to be our focus.
最后，欢迎 Steven 凤伟在11月18日成为我们的新任 CFO。Steven 在财务和运营、股票研究和汽车等领域有丰富的经验和资历，相信他的加入会为公司和我们的股东创造更大的价值。
Finally, I'd like to warmly welcome Mr. Steven Song as our new Chief Financial Officer, effective November 18, 2019. We look forward to working with Steven and anticipate that his strong financial and operational experience, impressive track record in equity research, and rich automotive background will create greater value for the company and our shareholders.
现在 Steven 将为大家介绍第3季度的财务业绩。
With that, I will now turn the call over to Steven to provide the financial details for the quarter. Steven, please go ahead.
Thank you, William. I will now go over some of our financial results for Q3 2019. To be mindful of the length of this call, I will address financial highlights here and encourage listeners to refer to our earnings press release, which is posted online for additional details. Our total revenues in Q3 2019 were 1.8 billion RMB, representing an increase of 21.8% from Q2 2019. Our total revenues are made of two parts: vehicle sales and other sales. Vehicle sales in this quarter were 1.7 billion RMB, representing an increase of 22.5% from Q2 2019. The increase in vehicle sales over last quarter was mainly due to the increase in ES6 sales volume, resulting from the expansion of our sales network as we continued adding new spaces and increased referral rate by our existing users. Other sales in this quarter were 103.4 million RMB, representing an increase of 9.9% from last quarter. The increase in other sales was mainly attributed to the sales increase in charging piles, which was in line with improvement of vehicle sales. Cost of sales in this quarter was 2.1 billion RMB, representing an increase of 2.3% from last quarter. The increase in cost of sales was mainly due to the increase in sales and offset by the inclusion in Q2 accrued recall costs in relation to the company's voluntary recall of 4,803 new vehicles launched on June 27, 2019. Gross margin this quarter was negative 12.1%, compared with negative 33.4% in last quarter. More specifically, vehicle margins in this quarter was negative 6.8%, compared with negative 24.1% in last quarter. The improved vehicle margin was mainly due to the recall costs in last quarter as mentioned. R&D expenses in this quarter were 1.0 billion RMB, representing a decrease of 21.3% from last quarter and relatively unchanged compared with Q3 2018. Excluding non-GAAP share-based compensation expenses, R&D expenses were 1.0 billion RMB, representing a decrease of 21.7% from Q2 2019, and an increase of 5.9% from Q3 2018. The decrease in R&D expenses over last quarter was primarily attributed to less testing expenses incurred in the third quarter after ES6 initial launch in June. SG&A expenses in this quarter were 1.2 billion RMB, representing a decrease of 18.1% from Q2 2019 and a decrease of 30.3% from Q3 2018. Excluding non-GAAP share-based compensation expenses, SG&A expenses were 1.1 billion RMB, representing a decrease of 17.4% from Q2 2019 and a decrease of 15.6% from Q3 2018. The decrease in SG&A expenses over last quarter was primarily driven by the company's overall cost-saving measures in marketing and other supporting functions. Loss from operations in this quarter was 2.4 billion RMB, representing a decrease of 25.3% from Q2 2019 and a decrease of 14.3% from Q3 2018. Excluding share-based compensation expenses, non-GAAP adjusted loss for operations was 2.3 billion RMB, representing a decrease of 25.4% from Q2 2019 and a decrease of 1.6% from Q3 2018. Share-based compensation expenses in this quarter were 70.4 million RMB, representing a decrease of 23.6% from Q2 2019 and a decrease of 83.7% from Q3 2018. The decrease in share-based compensation expenses over last quarter was primarily due to this part of the share-based compensation expenses that are recognized using the accelerated method. Our net loss was 2.5 million RMB in Q3 2019, representing a decrease of 23.3% from Q2 2019 and a decrease of 10.3% from Q3 2018. Excluding share-based compensation expenses, adjusted non-GAAP net loss was 2.5 million RMB in Q3 2019, representing a decrease of 23.2% from Q2 2019, an increase of 3.1% from Q3 2018. Net loss attributable to Nio's ordinary shareholders in Q3 2019 was 2.6 billion RMB, representing a decrease of 72.9% from Q2 2019, and a decrease of 73.8% from Q3 2018. Excluding share-based compensation expenses and accretion on redeemable non-controlling interests to redemption value, adjusted net loss attributable to Nio's ordinary shareholders on a non-GAAP basis was 2.5 billion RMB. Basic and diluted net loss per ADS in Q3 2019 were both 2.48 RMB, or 35 cents. Excluding share-based compensation expenses and accretion on redeemable non-controlling interests to redemption value, non-GAAP adjusted basic and diluted net loss per ADS were both 2.38 RMB, or 33 cents. Our balance of cash and cash equivalents, restricted cash, and short-term investment was 2.0 billion RMB as of September 30th, 2019. And now for our business outlook. As William mentioned, for the fourth quarter of 2019, the company expects deliveries to be over 8,000 vehicles, representing an increase of approximately 67% from Q3 2019. The company also expects fourth quarter total revenues to be approximately 2.8 billion RMB. This would represent an increase of approximately 53% from Q3 2019. Before we start the Q&A session, we would like to give you an update of our financing projects. We have made significant positive progress in these financing projects. However, the projects are still ongoing and we are not at liberty to disclose any confidential information at this point. Therefore, during today's call, please understand that we will not be able to disclose any specific information or answer any questions regarding the financing projects. We will disclose further information when the projects reach a stage that will subject us to a disclosure obligation. We will now turn the call over to the operator to facilitate our Q&A session.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. If you wish to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone and wait for your name to be announced. If you wish to cancel your request, please press the pound or hash key. For the benefit of all participants on today's call, please limit yourself to 2 questions, and if you have additional questions, please re-enter the queue. Your first question is from Bin Wang from Credit Suisse. Please go ahead.
谢谢各位领导啊，就是我有2个问题啊。第一个问题呢，是关于融资的。我们上次不是说有2亿美金嘛，所以想知道2亿美金是否已经完成了。同时呢，就是这个有没有在3季报就实现在财务报表里面，是不是只有在4季报才会实现啊？那我先翻译一下。The first question is about the CB issuing. What's the progress about the CB? And do net money go through the number 3 quarter result, or is not just go to the number 4 quarter if has been completed finished? 第二个问题呢，就是关于那个可持续性，就是在那个研发费用跟销售管理费用的大幅下降的可持续性呢，想问问看这个员工下降了多少，以及这种可持续性有多好。那么 my second question is about the sustainability, about SG&A and R&D costs going forward. 好的，谢谢。
谢谢王斌啊。Okay, thank you. First, I will start with the CP question. As everyone knows, Tencent and William has signed contract with Nio for $200 million CB. In third quarter, Tencent CB has already been closed, so the $100 million from Tencent is already in our Q3 report. And also, $90.5 million were received from William. The rest, $9.5 million are being processed, and the transactions will close soon. Perhaps as a reminder, the key CB terms, investors could find them at announcement on September 5th. Let me move on to the second question of Wang Bing's about the sustainability and our cost controlling efforts. Yes, you are right. We have done a lot of efforts for cost saving. We are in the process of finalizing our 2020 budget. We expect the R&D efficiency to significantly improve and the R&D expenses to be further reduced in 2020. We will share more information in our Q4 earnings call.
关于人员的话，我们在今年我们持续的对在效率优化方面，我们确实是进行了一些裁员和组织架构的优化。那我们到这个今年年底的话，我们的这个人数肯定是在7500人以内当然因为有一些还在这个法律的这个手续的过程中，那数字其实比这个还是会更少一些。那我们看到这样的一些调整的话，会对明年的包括 Q1 包括后续的这样的一些 P&L 的改善应该会起到很大的作用。所以总体上来说的话呢，这个我们这个提升运营效率，这个精益管理是我们前面也讲了我们的一个持续的一个这个改进的地方那我们会这个继续的进行这个管理的这个精益化的管理。
他问问看年初的时候多少吗？年初的时候多少人？不好意思年初的
时候我们最高的时候大概在9900人最高的时候。
So in terms of the headcount, starting from this year, we have already initiated many operation measures to make sure we can improve the efficiency. We did some layoffs and the restructuring of our organization. At the beginning of this year, we had around 9,900 people, but by the end of this year, we believe we can control the headcount within 7,500. Some of them are now in the legal process, but we believe that by the end of this year, this number should be lower than the 7,500. We think that this is going to be very beneficial to our P&L for the next year. And at the beginning, I have also mentioned that lean operation is our focus, and that this will continue to be our focus in the future.
那另外我也想说的是，相较于人数的减少，我们更重要的是控制总体的成本和费用的效率。那么我们会不断的审视这个组织架构，实现一个更高效的一个团队的绩效。
I think it's not just about the head control, it should be more about how we can optimize and improve the overall cost and expenses efficiency. So this can help us to improve the overall organization efficiency.
Thank you, Wang Bin. 谢谢。
谢谢。
Your next question is from Tim Xiao from Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Hi, thanks for taking time to host the call. Just a good question from my side. The first question is about the sales volume for next year. Whether it's the third quarter result, but now we are at the end of 2019. So just want to get your thoughts about the volume for next year, because our ES6 registered solid sales since early this year because of the competitive spec and successful channel strategy. But for next year, what will drive the further volume upside? Because I think the competition in the market will get more intensive. And in the meantime, I think we're going to launch EC6. I think the volume of coupe in general will be smaller than that of four-door SUV. And our ES8, despite the recent upgrade, I think the market is relatively niche. My second question is about the channel strategy. because we just share our volume target for Nio Store and Nio Space by end of this year. So if there's any target for our channels, the expansion for 2020, and what would be more reasonable headcount to support a kind of a sales network. 所以我第一个问题想请问一下，就是明年我们怎么看整体的销售的目标？因为我们的 ES6从第四季看起3、4季的销量非常的强，但是目前看起来明年的竞争也比较激烈。那我们的 EC6 Coupe 也是可能明年下半年才会 launch。那不知道是有什么样的策略，或是怎么样是一个比较理想的一个销量。那第二个问题想请问一下，就是有关于 Nio Store 跟 Nio House 跟 Nio Space 这两个明年整个销售网络的扩张的目标，因为今年刚才也讲了我们的今年2019年的目标，但明年大概个别的数量大概会达到一个什么样的体量？那我们需要多少的员工来支持这个销售网络的扩张？谢谢管理层。
感谢，我来回答一下这个问题。我们其实这几个月9月份开始的话，我们事实上是看到了在整个市场虽然有挑战，但是我们看到了ES8、ES6 那它的订单都是逐步的上涨。那我能说的是，在过去的2个月里边，我们每天的平均的大订的数量是超过100的，而且是从最近来看都是在持续的上涨。所以如果大家看这个一些国内的一些媒体报道就知道我们的展车全部都卖空了我们事实上来讲的话，现在的话整个的这个订单的趋势是非常非常的好的我们也非常这个高兴能看到这样一个 trend。
I would like to take your question. Starting from September, although the market is still quite challenging and soft, but order backlog for the ES8 and ES6 has been ramping up. In the past 2 months, the production orders every day can reach over 100, and this trend has been increasing. If you read the news, you can see that we have already sold all the show cars. So we believe this momentum is going to continue in the future.
那我们其实总体上来看的话我们的产品的定位应该说还是做得非常的对。那我们看这个市场里面出现了一些变化，就是在过去的这一个 Q 里边奥迪的 e-tron 还有 EQC 还有奔驰的 EQC 都发布了中国的这个价格，都开始在中国销售。那如果用户去看的话，那个就能够知道我们产品的竞争力是非常非常的强的性价比的优势非常的高。那另外一方面的话呢我们事实上 ES6 的话在30万到40万30-40万的这样的一个中型豪华车的这个市场里边，中型豪华 SUV 的这个市场里边，我们事实上已经进入了所有的车的这样的一个前10名，就和汽油车相比的话，我们已经连续2个月进入了前10名，而且我们相信这个排名还会逐步的提升。那其实如果是从一个消费者的视角来看的话，在30-40万这么一个主流豪华的中型的 SUV 里边，那 ES6 当然毫无疑问是非常合适的一个选择。那我们又加上我们推出来了个换电等等这方面的一系列的这样的一个服务的口碑，那事实上也是把我们的需求这个用户就对我们的需求会非常的这个比我们自己一开始预期的其实要好很多。所以总体上来讲，还是我们产品的和服务的竞争力赢得了用户的口碑还包括我们用户的这个投入和支持。那所以总体上我们对于 ES6 在明年全年的表现我们是非常有信心的。如果我们去看北京、上海这样的一些城市的话，事实上我们的市场占有率在所有的30万以上的中型 SUV 的里面，我们在很多城市都已经在前5名的这么一个位置。那我觉得这个给了我们很大的信心。那 ES8 的话，我们明年4月份就会交付我们的新款。那么ES8 的话呢，我们新款的续航里程大大提升了，另外还进行了188处的一个改进。那我们的这个用户的话呢，对这个还是非常期待的。 那其实这个季度我们老款的现款的 ES8 卖的也都是非常不错的啊，这个我们也是已经没有任何的库存，已经都在这个还是很受欢迎，所以我们对明年全年的 ES8 的这个销量的话也是非常有信心的。如果你看这个细分市场的话，事实上你会发现在这样的一个细分市场，我们和传统的比如说 Q7 啊 XC90 啊和这样的这个宝马的 X5 啊像 GLE 啊相比的话，我们还是有非常大的竞争优势的啊，从这个性能啊智能化程度服务各方面来讲，那个和 Model X 比也有非常大的竞争优势。那 EC6 的话，它是一款非常漂亮的车，那在这一次亮相了以后，那我们现在市场的反响也非常的好，因为我们已经开放这个接受这个交一定的意向金的这么一个预定。那么数字当然我今天不去说太多了，但是我们从目前的这个反应来看的话也是非常不错的。但是这款车明年9月份才能交，那当然这个对明年的销量的影响可能不会特别的大，但是总体上来讲，明年我们 ES8、ES6 和 EC6 这3款车在各自的细分市场的表现，我们还是非常有信心的。
Overall speaking, we believe our product positioning is quite right, although the market is quite dynamic. In the past quarter, we have seen some competitive models, for example, Audi e-tron, Mercedes EQC. They have released their price and they started to sell cars in the China market. But after the users compare our products together with their products, normally they will buy our product because our product is more competitive compared with those models, especially in our specific market segment that is around the 300 to 400,000. That is the segment for the ES6 and the ES8. We believe in this mid-size premium SUV market, we are quite competitive because we are ranking at the top 10. This is including the ICE and EV. And we believe in the future, the users will think our ES6 and ES8 are the right choices if they want to buy a car pricing around the 300 to 400,000 range. With our power swap technologies and our superior services, and we can win the word of mouth in the market, and the order situation is actually much better than our expectations. We think that this great sales result is because of our product competitiveness and of a great service. This can help us to win the reputations in the market. For the next year's sales, we're quite confident about the ES6. For example, in Beijing and Shanghai, if you want to buy a car that is mid-size SUV around the 300,000 to 400,000 range, our ES6 is already ranked at the top 5. So that is why we're quite confident that this sales momentum is going to continue for the ES6. For the ES8, that is the all-new ES8, we will start the delivery around April next year. The all-new ES8 has significantly improved the range, and we have already boosted up to 188 improvements on the all-new ES8. So the user's expectation for the all-new ES8 is actually quite high. That is why we believe that the new ES8 will also achieve a very good sales performance. Right now, our current ES8 is also doing very good in the market. I think you know that we have already sold all the current ES8 and we have no inventory left. We believe that starting from next year, the sales of the ES8 will also be very good. If you look at the specific market segment, for example, Q5 and the GLE Model X, our performance, intelligence, and the smart features as well as our service are more competitive compared with those brands. Right now, we have released our EC6, that is the new smart coupe SUV. The feedback is very good from the market, and right now I cannot share with you about the specific orders we have received. But the overall situation is actually quite good. We will start the delivery of the EC6 in September next year. So the sales of EC6 is not going to significantly impact the overall sales number for the next year. Overall speaking, we are quite confident about the EC6 and the EC6 in their specific market segment respectively.
从销售的这个增长策略的角度来讲，我们其实一直还是从3个方面去看。第一个当然就是不断的改进我们的产品和服务。那么第二个的话呢，就是让用户来为我们这个代言，通过用户的口碑和用户的这个推荐，能够这个更高效的去让更多人了解我们。当然第3个的话就是我们这个销售网络的扩展。
In terms of the sales strategy, we focus on 3 aspects. The first one is to continuously improve our product and service. The second one is we would like to make sure our users can be our brand ambassador and we can improve the sales number with user referrals and the word of mouth. The third one is to continuously expand our sales network.
那在 sales network 方面的话，我们看到了 Nio Space 这样的一个这个对于我们销售的促进的作用。当然我们今年 Q4 增加了不少 Nio Space， 很多是和我们的 partner 一起来合作的。那我们 Nio Space 这个扩展的话呢，是非常高效率的一种扩展方式。那明年的话，我们在总体上我们的目标是全年的目标是到年底的时候，我们 Nio House 加上 Nio Space 一共能够在200家左右我们现在今年年底已经是70家了。那明年我们还会增加不少，主要是对于中国的这个地级市啊这方面的一些城市的覆盖包括一些这个经济发达的区域的一些更小的城市的覆盖。那我们已经在这中间去获得很多的经验。我想说的是 Nio Space 的扩展其实不会显著的增加我们不会特别多的增加我们的人员那我们的 Nio Space 的话有很多有 partner 的合作。那我们虽然也有人在现场，但我们和这个总体上的效率是非常高的，所以在这方面的扩展不会特别显著的增加我们的员工。那我们现在的车已经在296个城市有我们的用户，我们加上这样一个这种渠道的扩展，我们相信明年的整体的销量的一个基础的基础还是非常的丰富。
In terms of the sales network, the Nio Space will significantly help with our sales numbers in the future. Right now, we have been working with our Nio Space partners to set up the new spaces and improve the coverage of our sales points. The model of the Nio Space is quite efficient. We believe by the end of the next year, we should be able to have around 200 new houses and new spaces altogether. Because at the end of this year, we have already got over 70 new houses and new spaces combined. With the increased amount of the new spaces, we can cover the tier 2 and tier 3 cities and other remote places. We have already accumulated many experiences in terms of the new space operations. So we think this is not going to significantly affect our headcount because we will heavily rely on the partners to work together with us, although we will have our own people on site to support our partners in the new spaces. Right now, we have users in 296 cities. With the channel expansions, we believe our sales for the next year is going to be very solid.
谢谢。
Thank you.
Your next question is from Lei Wang from CICC. Please go ahead.
Good evening, Stephen, William, and Jade. This is Lei speaking from CICC. Congratulations on Stephen's new role. That's a really nice move. And the vehicle deliveries in the quarter, that's a really new, a record high. William and Stephen has actually answered partial of my questions, and I have 2 follow-ups. The first one will be that Stephen just gave a guidance of 2,000 unit deliveries in the first quarter, another high quarter-over-quarter increase. And what's the exact factors that that drive the sales up, and are the factors sustainable from your point of view? And would that be possible that you could release that order right now? And the second question will be about the per store deliveries. William just mentioned we have now around 70 new spaces, right? And that would mean about 40 vehicles will be sold per store per month in first quarter. Is this consistent? Does that mean that for 200 new spaces next year, they'll be able to deliver 1,000 vehicles per month? Thank you. I will translate my question. 就 William 和 Steve 已经回答了我很多问题，然后有2个 follow up 的问题。一个问题是因为我们现在4季度给的指引是8000辆嘛，然后这个季度和季度之间的这个增长率很高，那背后的这个具体的原因是否可以给一个这个指引，以及这些原因在这个后续是不是还可以持续，以及我们现在在手的这个订单数是否可以这个披露一下。第2个问题呢是关于这个单店的产出的，因为我们现在如果有70几家 new space， 然后4季度的话大概8000多辆车，那大概每一个店至少有40辆的这个销售，那这个是不是可持续？就是如果明年有200多个 new space 的话，是不是意味着我们理论上来说单月可以有一个8000辆左右的一个 maximum 的销量？谢谢。
感谢那个我们其实在我前面的那个发言里面已经讲到了我们这个为什么这个从9月份开始我们的订单我们消费有显著的增长。那主要就是产品的竞争力、产品的竞争力、用户的推荐，还有我们整个的这个网络的扩展。那在这中间我觉得当然首先还是产品的竞争力。其实如果我们去看的话Nio 的话还是比较成功的在主流的高端市场，就是我们现在30万到50万的区间，那么去成功的建立了我们自己的品牌，那我觉得这个还是比较成功的做了这样一点。那我们最近看这个在这个主流高端的这样一些品牌，他们也推出了他们一些电动车的产品，你像去年这个捷豹是它的 iPace， 今年的话呢这个e-tron 还有 Q3 也都推出来了，它的定价的话呢基本上都是在60-70万人民币啊，那么应该说大家等了他们的产品以后，然后一看的话，觉得 Nio 的这个产品的话竞争力还是非常强的，所以有一些观望的用户他其实就很容易的就选择了我们。
Thanks for your question. At the beginning, I have already mentioned starting from the September of the order and the delivery have been witnessing very strong momentum. This is mainly due to 3 factors. The first one is the competitiveness of our product and the service. The second one is the word of mouth and the user referral. The third one is the sales network expansion. Among all these 3 factors, the product competitiveness is one of the most important factors. As you can see, Nio has already established the premium brand successfully in the mainstream premium market, that is around the 300,000 to 500,000 price range. And you can see that the premium market players have already launched some products. For example, last year Jaguar launched their iPace, and this year EQC, e-tron. But after they released their product, we can see the price is around 600 to 700,000. After compare their products together with our products, normally the users will think our product is more competitive. That's why they choose new products.
那另外就是我觉得有一个trend还是值得我们的去很高兴的去看。虽然这个在今年的这个下半年，这个电动车的这个销量是下降的，但是我们可以看到这下降的部分主要是这些低端的电动车，主要是在运营车辆这个领域因为补贴退坡了以后，他们确确实实从成本的角度来讲的话是有非常大的压力。但是如果看对私的这个市场，不管是我们还是 Tesla 还是别的一些这个电动汽车的品牌 ，to C 的这个市场，事实上经过这么多年的电动汽车的这个教育，这个市场很多用户越来越在同样价位里面，他们可能倾向于电动车。那所以这就为什么我们去看30万以上的中型的 SUV 的这个市场，还有40万以上的中大型的 SUV 的这个市场，这2个市场加起来差不多100多万辆。那我们认为在这个里边，我们是有足够的信心去占领整个这个市场里面的一个相对合理的一个比例的。所以我认为我们从这几个月的角度讲，大家也知道 过去的几个月，其实这个市场对 Nio 有非常多的担心，对吧？那在这样的一个情况下的话，我们还能有这样的一个销售的成绩的话，那其实也是充分说明了我们产品服务还有这个用户口碑这方面的竞争力，还有我们整个团队的执行力。所以我们从现在来讲，我们还是非常有信心的去说，那么这个销量的增长和销售的趋势，我们是这个有信心去这个去维持的，或者说进一步的拓展的。那从明年的一个竞争版图的角度来讲的话，至少我并没有看到有特别有竞争力的产品出来。从一个奔驰、宝马、奥迪啊，包括 Tesla 的角度来讲，Tesla Model 3的这个国产，我想也被很多消费者去消化掉了。毕竟 Model 3和我们 ES6它完全不是，虽然价位差不太多，但是我们的车我相信是更有竞争力的，这个而且也不是同样的一个产品的这个细分市场，所以总体上我们还是非常有信心。
I think that there is a very important trend we should pay attention to. Starting from the second quarter of this year, the EV sales has declined because of the subsidy reduction. This happens to those commercial vehicles and the lower end EVs. But for the Tesla and Nio and other brands focusing on the consumer market, our sales momentum is actually quite good. We believe that the users are quite educated about the EVs and the ICEs, and for those users, they prefer EVs. That is why we believe we should have a reasonable share for the mid and the large size SUV segment that is around the 300,000 to 400,000 market segment. That segment should have around 1 million unit volume in terms of the sales. And in the last months, I understand that there are many concerns about the Nio's operation, but you can see Nio is developing in a very healthy way, and this is mainly because of our product competitiveness and the word of mouth from our users and the strong execution from our teams. That is why we are quite confident about our future sales, and we believe we can keep and even increase this momentum in the future. Next year, in terms of the competition landscape, I don't actually see any very competitive products from BMW, Audi, Mercedes, and Tesla. Right now, people are now getting familiar with the Tesla Model 3 made in China, and if you compare the Model 3 with our products, we believe our product is still very competitive, and we don't actually belong to the same segment with the Tesla Model 3.
对，在你刚才说的那个 Nio Space 和 Nio House 的这个平均每个店去算，还不能简单这么去算了。我们当然现在其实我们前面说了45%的用户事实上是这个新的用户是我们原有的用户推荐的啊，所以这个怎么衡量这个渠道的作用，我们其实可能还要更加的这个细致的去看。但是我们现在看的话呢，确确实实Nio Space 对于促进销量肯定是有作用的，特别是一些我们以前根本就没有 Nio House 的地方，这个作用是非常大的。那我们当然没法去说一个 Nio Space 到底对应多少这个销量，我们今天还在看，因为我们大部分的 Nio Space 其实是在今年的 Q4 才开始，我们可能需要再有一段时间的运营的这样的一个数据出来了以后，我们能够知道的更清楚一些。但是不管怎么样的话，中国的市场是非常非常大的，很多地方的用户他可能从来就没有看到过 Nio，那甚至于都没看到过电动汽车。那我们通过这个区域的这样的一个扩展，那通过我们的这样一个 Nio Space 的这样一个扩展，让更多人能接触我们，他不管怎么样，他对我们的这个销量促进肯定是会有的。那我们会有更多的更细致的这样的一些运营数据的经验，这个经验数据出来以后，会跟大家做一些更细的交流。
Just now you mentioned about the sales per store or the sales for the new space and the new houses. We think we cannot simply evaluate the effect of the new spaces and new houses by saying how many sales we can achieve in one store, because I have mentioned that 45% of the new orders actually coming from our existing users. The new spaces should be quite good for our sales improvement, especially for those places without the new houses. But we cannot simply evaluate the number of the sales in those new spaces by doing this kind of calculation, because for most of the new spaces we opened in the fourth quarter. So it means that we need to accumulate more data to understand the effectiveness of the new spaces. In terms of the China market, actually is quite big. So for a lot of users, they may have never seen a new product or EVs in the past. So that is why we think a new space should be quite good for us to promote our products in those places, and people can actually touch and feel our products. But after we accumulate more data and experience in terms of the new space operation, we can share more information with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your next question is from Fei Fang from Goldman Sachs. Your line is open.
Hi, William, Feng, thanks for the opportunity. In your 8,000 volume guidance, how many ES8 do we have for December? And also moving into 2020, how do we think about the normalized run rate for ES8? Second question is on battery price. What's the outlook? And thirdly, if you can comment on the cash outflow, say, is there a quarterly outflow target that the CEO and CFO is trying to manage in the business towards, say, 2 billion outflow per quarter or 3 billion, beyond which you would think harder about cutting more costs? Thank you. 需要我翻译一下吗？
不用，没事啊。我们这个ES8 的话呢，在Q4 的话，我们大概的预计是在超过1300辆啊。那 ES6 的话，我们会在这个6700台以上啊，大体上是这么一个大概的一个比例。所以我们也还是很高兴看到，其实这个 ES8 的话呢，和 Q3 相比的话，它的这个 demand 也非常显著的提升回来了。那明年的话呢，因为 ES8 会有4月份开始交付新款，所以我们相信它会回到一个非常有竞争力的这样的一个水平。所以这是目前大概的一个 Q4 的一个大概的一个情况。
In the Q4, the sales of the ES8 is estimated to be around 1,300, and for ES6 it should be over 6,700. For the ES8, compared with the third quarter, the sales in the fourth quarter has been picking up, and we are very happy to see that the ES8 is regaining momentum in the market. Starting from April next year, we're going to deliver the all-new ES8, and we believe the ES8 is going to be well positioned in the market to win over users.
Okay, so Humphrey, thank you for your question. Yes, I think a lot of investors have a very close look at our cash flow. First, of course, we need to take every effort for cost saving. That's our basic homework. But if we move on, I would say for any automaker, the best way to have a good cash flow is to sell more cars. So although the cash is tight, but thanks to our strong order and delivery momentum, the cash flow from sales actually is very healthy. And this is very fundamental for our business. And of course, if we look at our balance sheet, we will need additional capital until it reaches positive cash flow. We will up the market, as I just said, when we close the financial projects. In the end, I would say with the capital support from those ongoing financing projects, positive sales trends and cost measures, we believe the company will have sustainable development and operations. So in short, first, savings. Second, financing. Third, very strong sales.
Thank you.
That's great. Thank you.
We have our next question from Paul Gong from UBS. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for taking my question. I have two questions. The first one is based on the current price environment, at what quarterly delivery level do you expect to have a positive gross margin on vehicle sales? And my second question is just to double check, does the balance sheet by end of September already reflected the Tencent $200 million US dollar CB in it? Because I compared the balance sheet of Q2 and Q3. I didn't see really significant increase of non-current liabilities or long-term borrowings, but the cash level still declines. I just want to double check, does the end of September balance sheet already reflected the issuance of the $200 million CB？我翻译一下，第一个问题就是说，在现在这种环境之下的话，我们估计一个季度交多少台车的时候，我们可以达成这个车辆销售上面的一个正的毛利率。第二个问题来说就是，9月底的这个资产负债表上面，它已经体现了这腾讯这里这2亿美金的这个 CB 嘛，因为看这个长期负债这一栏的话，跟2季度相比，并没有一个明显的一个增加，就想看看它这个是在9月底的这个资产负债表上面已经体现了，还是要到那个12月的这个才能体现？谢谢。
好，感谢。这个毛利的提升是我们2020年非常重要的一个工作。当然，我们从销量那么从我们的这个产品的组合、这个定价、产品组合，以及这个我们的这个有一些 BOM 的这个持续的下降，对吧？这主要是电池吧，这方面的持续下降。那么这3个方面的改变的话呢，那对我们的这个毛利的改进呢是持续的。那我们是按照我们目前的一个这3个方面的一个展望的话，我们明年全年的毛利转正那我们认为是完全有信心能做到的全年的毛利转正。当然这个每个 Q 到底什么时候哪一个月做到，我们当然也希望它早一点来，但是我们还需要一些这个综合去看，包括还不完全是销量，也包括电池的成本的下降，也包括这个我们有一些管理效率的提升。但是我能很肯定的说，就是明年整车的毛利全年转正这件事情，我们是非常有信心能做到的。
Thanks for your question. In terms of the gross margin, this has always been a very important task for 2020. We need to consider this from 3 aspects. The first one is sales and pricing. The second one is about the BOM cost reduction, especially the battery cost. And the next one is about our product portfolio. By focusing on those 3 aspects, we can take some measures to improve the gross margin. We think for the next year, we should be able to achieve a positive gross margin for the whole year. But if you ask about the specific quarter or the specific amounts, we're not really sure at this moment because we need to consider this comprehensively regarding the sales and the battery cost reduction, the BOM cost reduction, and the efficiency improvement.
好，那个龚伟你说的。
Okay, Paul, thanks for the question. In terms of the $100 million CB from Tencent, if you review our announcement on September 5th, actually it has 2 tranches. First, $100 million for 360 days, so it's a short-term borrowing. So we book $50 million in our short-term borrowings, and also the other $50 million is a 3-year CB. So we book that $50 million in our long-term borrowings.
Yeah, thanks, Paul.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We don't have any other questions as of the moment. Presenters, please continue.
So I thank you everyone for attending our conference call this quarter, and we look forward to seeing you and hearing from you next quarter. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Everyone. 新年快乐。